experiences, this kind of things. And I know very clearly, because I have family and I have spiritual anxiety too. So when you do session, at least 1 hour, you can sort of reduce that me and mine. Sincerely, it's one of the most effective and the most key for the Dharma practice. This is what I tell them. And I do very simple way. I use my hand, I say it into my mouth. I think I did before already. I said, may all being happiness. I don't say I, because in English they have a lot of I. I don't say I. I say all being happiness, all being free from suffering. I don't say that I wish all, no I wish. All being happiness, all being free from suffering. All being happiness, all being free from. So I do it that I don't want any results. I don't want freedom. I don't want realization. I don't want to get any blessings. I don't need any results. My heart, I just want to do this. Buddha come in front of you. Say, hello, British man, British lady. You didn't get no result at all today doing this 1 hour. But you say, thank you, Buddha. It's okay, I'm going to do it from my heart. That means you actually learning to get experiencing what is freedom from me and mine, just glimpses. And with that, now you do other practices sincerely. It's going to be very, very amazing experience, like good path. What happened is our wanting to get experiences become very important in our heart. That is what we usually do in normal life. When we die, nobody likes dying, I don't like dying, but we die. So we die with the heart, because we cannot let go of, because always 24 hours is all about me and mine. We never do practice that 1 hour spiritual, that no I and no me. It's impossible. So that is my key points, is how we actually not experiencing really good transformation in our heart, because we really don't do sincerely. And our heart actually is like a lock, like a lock. It's like a little bit now, it's like a sort of lock is not open. So when you use your hand and the mouth, sincerely, then slowly it's going to lock open. And actually you're going to experience that you really don't want any results. That completely you get this kind of feeling. And that moment, your own fear is not existent in you. It's amazing that your fear actually disappears, because the fear need I to stick with. When you say all being happiness, all being free from suffering, when the heart is opened up, they have no I exist that moment, experientially. So the fear actually disappears. When the fear disappears, the spiritual anxiety that you want to get some result in these kind of things, all going to be disappears. And that itself is the genuine path of the Dharma. And we don't do that. We're always doing something else that really important for us. We don't have this culture to really to practice. Our culture is always getting something here, something there. Any English अलिअलि बुझ्नुभयो? अनि अर्को, म चाहिँ आज समय धेरै छैन, तपाईहरु यस्तो दुःख गर्नु भएर आउनु भयो, अनि म अलिकति छोटो कुरामा तपाईहरु गर्नु मन लागेको मान्छे आमाहरु छ भने अनि तपाईको फाइदा हुन्छ भने मनमा सोचेर अनि अलिकति काम लाग्दो कुरा भनेको बुझ्नुभयो? म पनि जप गर्छ मन्त्र, जप गरेको होइन, जप गर्छ। जप गर्नेको पहिला चाहिँ म यही गर्छ। यो गरिसकेपछि चाहिँ अनि म र मेरोको यो आत्मग्रह र यो ग्रह हुन्छ नि, यस्तो समयको मन, म भनेको समयको मन चाहिँ अलि छुट्का हुन्छ, अलि छुट्टा हुन्छ। छुटिसकेपछि चाहिँ यही बुद्धको स्वभाव भनेको यही हो। बुद्ध भनेको चाहिँ को हो भने आत्मग्रह नभएकोले बुद्ध भनेको। हाम्रोको मनको स्वभावमा आत्मग्रह छैन, हाम्रोको मनमा आत्मग्रह छ, मनको स्वभावमा आत्मग्रह छैन। यो गरेर हामी मन्त्र जप गरे पनि किन प्रसाद पाउँछ भने हाम्रोको मनको स्वभाव चाहिँ शुद्ध भएर प्रसाद पाएको हो। हाम्रोको मनमा पापी पाप छ भने कस्तो कहाँ शुद्ध हुन्छ? कोइला छ नि, कोइला, कालो कोइला, तपाईँको साबुन र धुलले धुयो भने कोइला सेतो हुँदैन। बुझ्नुभयो? यस्तो छ होइन, हाम्रो मनको स्वभाव चाहिँ साँच्चीको सफा हो, शुद्ध हो। यसले के भन्छ? हामीले बुद्ध भन्छ। बुद्ध चाहिँ कहाँ छ भने मान्छेले सोध्यो भने बाहिरको मूर्ति पनि हाम्रो बुद्धको यो हो। साँच्चीको बुद्ध चाहिँ हाम्रोको मनको स्वभावमा हो भन्दा छोराछोरीले पनि होइन भन्नु सक्दैन हो। यो अहिले बुझ्नु पर्ने हो। पहिला महत्त्वपूर्ण कुरा चाहिँ अघि भनेको है, प्राणी सबै खुसी होस्, प्राणी सबै दुःख नहोस्, प्राणी सबै खुसी होस्, प्राणी सबै दुःख नहोस्, प्राणी सबै खुसी होस्, प्राणी सबै दुःख नहोस्। यो तपाईँहरू 10 मिनट त गर्नुपर्छ। म चाहिँ बिहान उठ्नेमा पहिला चाहिँ म यो गर्छ। यस्तो गर्नेमा तपाईँहरू कस्तो हुन्छ भने मन नपर्ने मान्छे छ है, यो चाहिँ अलि मनमा देख्छ। प्राणी सबै खुसी होस्, प्राणी सबै, यो मन नपर्ने चाहिँ यो थङ्गै छरङ्ग आउँछ। यो आउनु भयो भने तपाईँको मनको ताला चाहिँ खोलेको छैन, सबै खोल्ने लागेको खोलेको छैन। पछि यो गर्नु भएर यो मन नपर्ने पनि हराएर जाने, सबै एक ठाउँ भएर आँखामा आँसु जस्तै आउने, यहाँ मुटुमा अलिक खुला जस्तो हुने होइन, अनि आँखामा अलि आँसु जस्तो हुने। साँच्ची यस्तो गरेर म त बुद्ध के पनि नभए हुन्छ भन्ने भयो भने तपाईँको आत्मग्रह चाहिँ यही समय, छोटो समयमा के भन्छ छुट्छ, हुँदैन। नहुनेमा तपाईँको यही बुद्ध धर्म, सत्य धर्म चाहिँ यही हो। हामीको अहिले मनमा डर छ भने यो गर्नुहोस् त, साँच्ची गऱ्यो भने डर पनि हुँदैन। हामी डर हुन्छ नि त है, डर हुन्छ, पीर हुन्छ, दुःख हुन्छ, यो साँच्चीको सबै छुट्छ। यो एकचोटि राम्रो छ। यसरी नै म गरेको कुरो फाइदा भयो छैन, यस्तो कहाँ मैले यस्तो छिटो कहाँ भनेको? म बिस्तारै बिस्तारै मनले छुएर भन्नुपर्छ नि त। मेरो चेला धेरै छ, गरे भने कसरी गरे भने फाइदा भयो कुरो भन्छ। कसरी गरे छिटो कहाँ? चिया पनि बिस्तारै खानुपर्छ, खाना पनि बिस्तारै कस्तो छ, मिठो छ कि छैन भन्ने खानुपर्छ नि त। यो चाहिँ so I said, when you experience short moment, when you do this, it takes time, depend on the people, but when you really experience short moment of freedom, like how to feel freedom, first, when your heart opens up, your eye, becomes teary. You have little goosebumps. And you have a very deep feeling in your heart, like tingling type. Then what happens is, when you start doing this, sometimes you see people that you don't like them, like whoever that big person, negative person, usually you see it in your mind. It's not very funny. When I do that, I have few people, comes up very clearly. More than my own parents, the person that I hate, that comes out in my mind. That shows that my heart is not opened up yet. So when you start doing more, may all being happiness, all being happiness, all being free from suffering, all being happiness, all being free from suffering, all being happiness, all being free from suffering. Sincerely you do like that. Why I use hand? Because hand is really, body is very amazing. When you do that, gives you some kind of openness. Our traditionally like this, all being happiness, like that. So I use one day my hand, it helps me open up. So I thought it's really nice to do that. May all being, all being happiness, all being free from suffering, all being happiness, all being, very slowly touch your heart. Do that. You actually get short moment of freedom. No fear exists. The person you hate disappears. That moment you completely open up. Meaning no fear, no pain, like mentally pain, all disappears. That short moment. Now the question is why? Because our nature of mind is pure. Nature of our mind is untouched by ego. That's why we experience that. And when our nature is no have ego, we give a name for that. We say Buddha. So when the people ask what is Buddha, we put outside the hands to show the statue. But then we say the second Buddha is our nature is pure. And I say why? No ego. Nature have no ego, but mind does. Mind like to hold ego, but nature does not hold ego. That's what we experience when you start doing that. Ani amaro thake होला म अलि समय त धेरै छैन अलि कथा एउटा भन्छु म चाहिँ कथा त हैन मेरो आफ्नो यो हो जीवन कथा अनि एक दिन मेरो गुरुले समाधि ध्यान धेरै गर्नुपर्छ भनेर मेरो गुरुले भन्नुभयो अनि म ध्यान धेरै बस्यो 3 घण्टा जस्तै बस्यो अनि बाहिर आयो मेरो गुरुसँग कुरा गर्यो अनि गुरुले के भन्यो म अलि रिस उठ्यो रिस धेरै त उठेन अलिकति मेरो यो आवाज चाहिँ अलिकति थोरै माथि भयो अलि थोरै माथि गयो त पछि गुरुले के हो गुरु 3 घण्टा ध्यानमा बस्छ कुरा गर्छ 5 मिनेटमा पनि रिस आउँछ यस्तो ध्यान त कस्तो ध्यान भन्छ अनि म त छक्क परे पहिला त झन् रिस उठ्यो नि पछि चाहिँ यस्तो विचार गरेको त साँच्चै रहेछ किन होला ध्यान त बस्यो मनको परिवर्तन चाहिँ भएन भनेर विचार गर्यो अनि मैले के बुझेँ भने पहिला गुरुले म भन्थ्यो म मेरो कानले सुन्यो हैन मुटुमा छुएन धर्ममा धेरै छ तपाईँ आउँदा सुन्छ के बरा भन्छ है उता बग्छ मनमा छुए धेरै सक्दैन अलिकति छुन्छ अनि बिर्सि जान्छ म पनि यसो धेरै भए अनि पहिला गुरुले भन्थ्यो मेरो गुरुले ए फक्सोक रुकु तपाईँ ध्यान गर्ने हो भने पहिला ध्यान नगर्नेको पहिला मेरोको मन चाहिँ हिजो आज के गरेको छ रिस उठेको छ कि छैन कति चोटि उठेछ रिस उठेको मेरो अनुहार चाहिँ कस्तो छ मुखमा बोल्ने चाहिँ कस्तो नराम्रो बोल्यो भनेर अलिकति मनले आफूले हेर्नुपर्छ अरे गुरुले यो हेरिसकेपछि चाहिँ ल मेरो क्रोध चाहिँ म परिवर्तन गर्छु म घटाउँछु म क्रोध चाहिँ मेरो मनबाट निकालिदिन्छु भनेर अनि ध्यानमा बस्नुभयो भने अघिको जप गरेको ध्यान गरेको सबै चाहिँ हामीको मनको क्रोध चाहिँ घटेर जान्छ भन्नुभयो। मेरो दायाँको घोडा चाहिँ दुख्छ है, यो घोडा भन्छ नि, मेरो घोडा चाहिँ दुख्छ होइन। अनि बाबु म एकदम घोडा दुख्छ, अलिकति यो दबाई किनिदेऊ न भन्यो। बाबुले आमा यो चाहिँ तिमीले यो घोडामा अलिकति मसाज गरे भने राम्रो हुन्छ आमा भनिदियो होइन। तपाईँ घाममा ताप्यो है, दायाँको घोडा चाहिँ दुख्यो, तपाईँले दायाँमा दबाई राखेन, तपाईँ कहाँ राख्यो? तपाईँ पेटमा दबाई यस्तो गरेको। घोडा दुखेको चाहिँ घोडामा माथि दबाई राख्दैन, पेटमा यस्तो गरेर राखेपछि घोडा निको हुन्छ? हुँदैन नि। हामी चाहिँ गर्छ भन्छ होइन। फोन आयो भने के गरेका भन्छ। अनि छोराछोरी के भन्छ, के कस्तो आमा त 3 घन्टा पूजा गर्छ, यसले त गाली मात्रै गर्छ, धर्म नलाग्ने मान्छे त यो त रिस पनि छैन, धर्मलाई के फाइदा भन्छ, साँच्ची भन्छ कि भन्दैन भन्छ। अनि किन हो भने तपाईँहरू विचार गरेको छैन। म धर्म भनेको चाहिँ मन परिवर्तन, जीवन परिवर्तन। जीवन परिवर्तन भने काबल काटेर है, यो गानाहरू छोडेर अनि भनेर कुरा होइन। परिवर्तन भनेको चाहिँ यस्तो पाकेको मुख चाहिँ यस्तो बस्ने भनेको मुखबाट बोल्ने चाहिँ मेरो छोरा बोल्ने, मनमा लडा भने मनमा क्रोध भएको चाहिँ के हुन्छ के छैन भने विचार गर्ने चाहिँ भयो भने यसले मन परिवर्तन हो। परिवर्तन भनेको कपाल अलि गएर ढुक्का रातो लगाएर परिवर्तन कहाँ हुन्छ? म भने रिसाउँछ यसो भएर अनि यस्तो अनि अहिले मेरो गुरुले मलाई के भन्छ? गुरु भन्छ। पहिला बिहामा कहाँ गुरु भन्छ? भन्थेन है। हामीले कहिले के भन्छ नि, जान भन्छ नेपालीले, जान कहाँ भन्छ? मेरो गुरुले मैले जान कहाँ भन्छ? जान पनि भन्दैन, गुरु पनि भन्दैन है। अनि बिस्तारै बिस्तारै म अलिक परिवर्तन भयो है, रिस घटायो। अनि घमण्डी थियो पहिला, घमण्डी पनि गरायो। पहिला त म मान्छेले के भन्छ भनेर धेरै पिर्थ्यो, अहिले त म छोडिसक्यो। मान्छेले के भने भनौँ, मान्छेको मान त म कन्ट्रोल गर्न सक्दैन। मेरोको मान चाहिँ मेरो आफ्नो ठाउँमा ठेगानमा राखिदिन्छु भनेर कुरा छिनिदियो भने मेरो गुरुले गुरु भन्छ। गुरुले गुरु भनिसकेपछि त अलि परिवर्तन त भयो नि होइन। गुरुले छ थाहा छ नि त, हो कि होइन? ठिकै भनेको हो। So I said, because all our mummies, all ladies are a little bit tired, so that's why I need to make a little bit, shake it up. So I told a story of myself. My meditation master told me to meditate for many hours, and I did 3 hours of meditation. After that, I came out, and my wife we discussion about something with tea, and within this 5 minutes, my voice went a little bit up, not so nice. Right away, she caught me and she said, "You just came out from 3 hours meditation, and you cannot just prolong 5 minutes. Just only 5 minutes. Within the 5 minutes of after 3 hours, you cannot control your anger. What for you do 3 hours meditation?" So that actually shaken me quite a bit inside. Then I remember, my guru told me before, before you meditate, do to see yourself, use it like a mirror, to look at yourself. What kind of things I need to transform, what I need to reduce, what I need to change. Dharma teaching is very interesting. You hear so much, but does not touch your heart. Take time to touch your heart. You hear many times. After a while later, then you sort of, yes, that is the point. You only get after. So that happened to me. So that's why before I meditate, after that, I check, I need to change, I need to transform myself. So I start checking myself about anger, then slowly pride, like that. So my wife does not call me Rinpoche, Guru, Master. She doesn't call me like that. Guru, know that. Because wife knows the husband weaknesses. I think you all know that. No secret, Nowadays she calls me, oh Rinpoche, please sit up, I'm going to sit down, all that kind of respect I get. So I know, I think I changed a little bit. Because to get a little bit of acknowledgement from your wife means you did something transformed. Student does not know me because I spend only 1-2 hours. They think I'm super good person. But who really knows me is my wife. Yeah? Because it's the weak point, So that's why this is very important to change. Because you don't change yourself, what happens is Dharma becomes very difficult to really reach into other people's heart. When you're not able to reach your own heart, you cannot reach other people's heart. Especially having their own kids, educating in the Western education, there comes out and look at the mummies and they say, what you do, mummy? I'm doing mantra and puja and all that. And then mommy starts scolding them or whatever, gossiping or whatever. And they says, what for you do meditation so long that you cannot change? So you need to transform. Transform does not mean, cut your hair, always becoming like a monk. No. Transform meaning like this. Like that. Yes. Inside heart. Stupid, like anger. It's okay. How are you? Become softer, more gentle, more transformative. So this is the transformation important. You don't do that, what happens? The kid says, Mommy, you do puja, you do mantra, you're angry all the time. And I have a friend who doesn't believe anything. And they are so good. And that happens all the time in the spiritual families. अनि अर्को एउटा लास्ट एउटा धेरै भन्दैन अलिकति लास्टमा चाहिँ भन्छु अहिले 4 बजे लाग्यो अनि प्रश्न हुन्छ प्रश्नहरू लास्टमा अर्को तपाईँ धेरै जब गर्छ है अनि खेमु गुरुहरू यहाँ आउँछ तपाईहरु ज्ञान त पायो होला धेरै पाए भने म आज थोरै एउटा भन्छु हाम्रोको हामीमा शरीर छ काया भन्छ शरीर काया भन्छ शरीर हो वाका भन्छ बोल्ने हो आवाज चित्त भन्छ मन हो अनि मनको स्वभावले हामीले ज्ञान भन्छ धर्मको नामले ज्ञान भन्छ के भनेको भने मनको स्वभाव भनेको चाहिँ मनको भित्र मन चाहिँ बाहिर भयो मनको भित्र चाहिँ स्वभाव भने त हामी जप गर्छ ओ मानदेव मे हुमरो भनेर लोकेश्वर आउँछ ल मेरो छोरी आमा के चाहियो भने हामी आमाले के भन्यो मेरो छोरा घर किने सकेन मेरो भान्जे चाहिँ धेरै कुरो छ मेरो नेपालमा मान्छेहरु चाहिँ यसो आफ्नो यो के भन्छ धेरै छ यो पाउनको लागि मात्र गरे हुन्छ भने गुरुले सोधे भने मैले हुँदैन भनेन हुन्छ बुद्ध बोधिसत्व सबै चाहिँ हाम्रोको दुःख चाहिँ नाश गर्नको लागि घटाउनको लागि चाहिँ ले सहयोग गर्छ यो गर्दैन कुरा होइन भए भन्दा यो भन्दा ठुलो कुरा एउटा छ यो बिर्सिनु हुँदैन यो के छ भने गुरु रिम्पोछे होस् लोकेश्वर आउनु भयो भने ओ लोकेश्वर मेरो छोरा मेरो छोरी हामी सबैको काया वाका चित्त ज्ञान यो चार चाहिँ सफा गरेर तपाईको काया वाका चित्त ज्ञानको प्रसाद शक्ति सिद्धि सबै हामी सबैले दिनुस् भने यो मागे भने हामीको मन चाहिँ मनी हुन्छ मनी मनको इच्छा सबै पुरा हुनेको मनी हुन्छ मन्त्र भनेको चाहिँ मन चाहिँ मनी हुनु इच्छा पुरा हुनेको मन्त्र मन्त्र भनेको चाहिँ मन चाहिँ मनको इच्छा सबै पुरा हुनेको मनी बनाउन सक्छ बुझ्नुभयो मन्त्र परे भने मेरोको मन चाहिँ इच्छा छिटो पाउनुको लागि चाहिँ मनी हुन सक्छ यो कसरी गर्ने भने यहाँबाट के रोशनी आउँछ थाहा छ भन्नुस् न कायाको रोशनी के हो कलर के हो
सेतो
यो
वाक रातो
यो
चित्त नीलो
यो
ज्ञान
ज्ञानको
हरियो
अरे पास भए यसो गरेर मन्त्र पढेर पढेर यसो गरेर सेतो रोशनी आएर मेरो कायाको पाप सबै सफा भयो वाकाको पाप सबै सफा भयो चित्तको पाप मनको पाप सबै सफा भयो मेरोको मनको स्वभाव नदेखेको अज्ञान चाहिँ यो हरियो प्रसादले सबै सफा भयो अनि मेरोको काया मेरोको वाका मेरोको चित्त मेरोको ज्ञान चाहिँ प्रसाद सिद्धि छोयो भनेर मनमा राखेर मन्त्र पढ्ने पढेपछि चाहिँ अनि यो बुद्ध चाहिँ बिस्तारै आउनु भएर मेरोको मुटुमा अनि मेरो मनको स्वभावमा एउटै भएर हैन बुद्ध चाहिँ मनको स्वभाव एउटै भएर अनि मनको स्वभाव र बुद्ध एउटै भयो अनि हात यसो गरेर माने नपर्ने मन्त्र नपर्ने अलिकति राखेर यस्तो गरेर 5 मिनट अलि चुप लागेर बस्नुपर्छ आँखा खोलेर के मनले विचार गर्नुपर्छ भने गुरु रिम्पोछे होस् लोकेश्वर होस् के होस् यो बुद्ध चाहिँ मेरो मनको स्वभावमा यो एक भयो फरक छैन एक रूपमा छ भनेर अनि अलिकति 5 मिनट यसो बस्नुपर्छ मनले एक भयो एउटै भयो पहिलादेखि नै एकै हो भनेर विचार गरेर बस्नु भयो भने मन भित्रमा एउटा अलि उज्यालो बिस्तारै उज्यालो हुन्छ उज्यालो के हुन्छ भने म र मेरो बुद्ध चाहिँ फरक छैन म र मेरो बुद्ध चाहिँ एउटै हो है भनेर मनको भित्रको उज्यालो बिस्तारै हुन्छ यसो नगरे भने हामी के गर्छ भक्ति छ मन्त्र पर्छ तपाईको मनको शुभ बुद्ध भने यता होइन बुद्ध गुरु यता होइन कहाँ हुन्छ र मेरो मनको शुभ त बुद्ध कहाँ हुन्छ र यसो धेरै भन्छ मान्छेहरूले यो हुँदैन अनि आमाहरूले यो सेतो रातो निलो हरे धेरै मनमा राख्ने चाहिँ गाह्रो भयो भने अनि के हो त यो एक रोशनीले काम हामी ताप्छ नि खाऊ यसो बस्छ नि त यो जस्तै गुरु रिम्पोछे काम जस्तै भयो यहाँ रोशनी आएर मेरो यहाँ सबै सफा भयो प्रसाद सबै पायो भनेर विचार गरेर मन्त्र जप गर्ने अनि गुरु रिम्पोछे यस्तै आएर मुटुमा बसेर मेरो मनको स्वभाव र यो गुरु रिम्पोछे एउटै हो पहिलादेखि नै एउटै हो अहिले एउटै भयो भनेर विचार गर्नु अनि तपाईँहरू विधि गर्ने हो भने पहिला म यसो गर्थ्यो गुरु रिम्पोछे पछि अलिकति रहेछ अनि साथी so I said no much time but I need to say some few things. The second most important part is that we practice many mantras and I don't know you guys do some mantras like Om Mani Padme Hum whatever all that. I do. So usually what happens is when we do these mantras, we always ask for wish. This is what normally people do. And I say it's not like illegal to ask wish. It's okay to ask wish. There's nothing wrong with that. But you must not forget something. That is when you chant the mantra from here, white color, this is our body, this is our speech, this is our mind, and our navel, the whole, that is our wisdom, representing wisdom. So the body, speech, mind, and the nature we call wisdom, that is our navel. So this is the four places, four directions, four places. So when we chant mantra from the Buddha here, white color arise, dissolve into your forehead here, purify your body. From the Buddha, red color arise, like dissolve into your here, purify your speech. From here, blue color arise, dissolve into your heart, become purify your heart. Then from the navel, green color arise, you dissolve into your navel and purify your nature. They could not able to realize that. The ignorant did not us realize. Purify that ignorant. Nature no need purification. But what we need to purify is the ignorant that is us to not to able to recognize or maintain. That purify and bless my body, speech and mind and wisdom. Then after you chant the mantra, then slowly the Buddha, whichever Buddha you're practicing, they come slowly, dissolve into your heart to the nature. So the nature and the Buddha becomes one. Then you put the mala back and then sit in the meditation position. Open your eye, then stay at least 5 minutes minimum. Say Buddha and my nature, my mind is now one. It's not separate. It's one from the beginning, never separate from nature at all. It's one now. Buddha is dissolved with me. Buddha is one with me, nature with me. The nature and Buddha never separated from the beginning. Never separated. Meaning that our nature is always Buddha. When you start doing that, sit like this for 5 minutes, what happens is, slowly in your heart, this very gentle light could grow. That ourself, our nature and ourself actually is not separate from the Buddha. And that is actually called the dignity. When you practice spiritual path, Dharma path, dignity is the one of the most important. Because our spiritual anxiety happens because we think we need to achieve something that we don't have. But when we know the Buddha is already within ourselves, inseparable, we don't need to have that spiritual anxiety again. So the dignity is a very, very important key. Yeah. Ani Nepali ko bhasama and Josh. पहिला म के भन्यो प्राणी सबै खुसी होस् प्राणी सबै दुःख नहोस् 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 भनेर पहिला कुरा यो हो। नभए दोस्रो कुरा चाहिँ बुद्धबाट यता सेतो काया रातो वाका नीलो चित्ता हरियो ज्ञान भनेको छ। So first is this point today. is very, very effective. You know, sometimes you want some very high tech things, sometimes low tech is very, very powerful. Nowadays everybody becoming like more natural, organic food, you know, like 100 years ago how they used to farm. We like that way, that the modern farm, like that. Sometimes we keep something simple. It's a very, very